What's going on YouTube? It's me Rizzo, and today, as you can see, I'm gonna be playing as Dragunov in this tutorial in order to showcase how to defend against some of Hwoarang's moves. Cause I saw in the comments in one of the tutorial videos that I'll put a link in the description for. I had a dude saying that Hwoarang is more spammy than Eddie, which is hilarious, and that he has a crappy flow chart that he should be taken out of the game because you can't guess what he's gonna do. He's so hard to defend against and all that. And so I wanted to showcase pretty much all that's bogus. I mean, I'm just letting you know right now, playing as Hwoarang and against high ranked players, like someone with Tekken prowess over like 200 and stuff like that, or even someone who just they know the character, is very hard to play with Hwoarang. Like at this point, like he doesn't have strings like this where he has something like that. He doesn't have anything like that. Right? Everything for him is like one and done, or it's low and high, like I showcased before. But he doesn't have nothing that's like high mid. Except for like maybe his 3-3-3. Outside of that, like most of his stuff can easily be sidestepped or just ducked under. So that's what I'm gonna show today. So I think I'm just gonna go down each stance. Left stance, right stance, left flamingo, right flamingo, and just break some of this stuff down. So that one. 1-1-3-3. That move is terrible in this game. Even when you get hit with the 2-2, you can with the 1-1, you can still block it. You can block the two kicks that come afterwards by just ducking. So I get hit, I can still guard against that. That's not guaranteed unless you're just holding standing block. But if you hold crouching block after getting hit, you can duck it. Right? And then you can launch him, or you can even low parry. So if I'm here, yeah, I can poke him like that, launch him. That's a combo. Low parry, that's another combo. Right, so that, if you're getting hit with that, I don't know what to say, because that, I don't even use that as much. I only use it when I'm like playing against somebody I know I can get that off against. But yeah, here, right here. Now this is two mids, right? But you can duck the first one. And even still, you're plus 11 on block. You can punish him. Right, that's punishable. Plus 11, you're gonna get a hit in. You're gonna hit him. I don't even use that, right? That's terrible. Plus 14 on block. I don't even use this as well, unless someone's on the wall. Like, I only use this for wall splat. Right, you can punish him. He's minus 14 on block. Like with Hwoarang, you have to be, you have to be calculated in how you play. Because if you just spam, most people know Hwoarang at this point. Like, since the Tekken 7 days, most of his movesets has not dramatically changed. They just gave him some extra stuff, like this move. That 2, that 3-3-2, they like, that's just added on. But like he been had, those kicks. They just added that overhand right hand for some reason, which is not even really that good. I don't use that unless it's like in a combo. Like someone's against the wall. That's like a wall combo thing. I'm not gonna use that playing standing up, because again, that's minus 14 on block. You can get, you're gonna get punished, and you possibly can get launched for a combo. Like this terrible move. Even that, I don't use this move unless it's counter. Because if you use this just straight up, that's minus 14. Sometimes I like to use it in my pressure if I think I'm gonna catch somebody after I end my right stance. So if I hit down 3-4 then 2, I might use that afterwards because it's the same amount of frames. But like for starting it, but look at that. That's I'm plus 14 on block. Like you're punishing that. You're punishing that. Like what's the next one? That is the move I notoriously get launched and punished for this. Now, you know, if you catch someone with this, you can get right into Flamingo, which is good. That's what you want, because you're -8. Right, so he's still got plenty of room to work with. Because that's when you go 3-3-4, and then that's when you'll hit a 2, and then you start the whole thing. You can either hit down 3-4 right after that, but this, you got to see that high coming. Duck. Duck. Like, that's easy. You see that? Because he can't do anything else besides hit 3 again. Right? No, that's the wrong one. That's the only thing he can do out of this. So it's either you hold back and you're plus 14 on block, you're gonna punish, or he goes high, boom, you duck. I mean, it's really, it's not even that fast. You could wait till the last second holding back, duck it. I mean, you can duck it, and you can react to this. This move, that right there, that gives you so much time to react to just duck and launch. I mean, I get ducked and launched a lot trying to do that. Even this, okay, so this move, terrible. Plus 14. You're gonna get hit out of a wall standing move. Wild standing move, sorry. So, you know, launch. Hit. Like, you don't use this as well. Even this, you can duck the first 2. So I can, and then so, you know, because then he can do all 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are all highs. Boom. Like, this is, so you can, like, you'll block the first 2 and then duck them. Launch. I don't use this unless I'm playing against someone that doesn't duck. But, you know, you're launching this every time. It's terrible. Yeah, I don't use that either. That's terrible. In this move, poke. Whenever I use this, if I'm not using it directly out of right stance, I get poked. That's it. I even get sidestepped to the left because of it. Someone would just sidestep to his left leg if I continue trying to attack. Right? So that's pretty much like that, right? You're plus 2 on block on this. This is the only move that's where he hits middle. He continues to hit middle. He doesn't go high or low. This is like, but that's it. He only gets the uppercut, then the kick, and then he's in a vulnerable state. You just poke him. Poke. Because even if he try to hit, even if he try to hit Flamingo, like not Flamingo, Power Crush out of Flamingo, you still have plenty of time to react to it. So let me record this. Yeah, so let's see. Because you can still get the jab and then you can still block him on that. See? So it's like that move, I only use it for pressure at a right stance, you know, as a way to like try to not like keep the defense honest. Because if I do the down 3-4 then 2, and then I go down 4-1-3, that move right there, it's a good way to counter hit because they're gonna try to hit you out of your right stance. But that, all you got to do is just poke them. If he hits the power crush, then you're safe. I mean, he's really not. He's really an easy character to like learn, you know. So, let me showcase. Yes, let me do this as well. So if you hear those moves, that's 2 highs. That's another high. So you can duck the first 2. Some people, they know that's coming right after I block, and so they will do that. So you can just, oh, that's wrong. Okay, let me get him right here. Okay, I didn't even record it. Yeah, so that's what. So that's what I want to show. Because if I was to hit him, he tries to retaliate back. You'll see it coming. Because you could just duck the first 2. Like the only thing someone can do out of this, like a Hwoarang player, would be like power crush or jab, like as soon after he hits that. But you can just duck the first 2. And then you can launch him. Boom. Like with him, you kind of just have to like, you gotta time your ducks. Time your ducks and time your side steps too. Right, if you see it coming, you can sidestep it. Or just duck it. So like that, he again, he's not, it's not difficult to guard against him once you take the time to like learn him. But that was most of his stuff out of left stance. I think he also, let me go over the power crushes too. Power crushes are very, he has 4 power crushes, 1 in left stance, 1 in right stance, left flamingo, right flamingo. Out of those 4, 3 of them are very punishable. Only the 1 in right stance, that's the only one that's not punishable. That's safe on block. That's even safe if I whiff, and then I'm able to launch the opponent if he runs after me. I like to use it as a bait move, so let me showcase those. Okay, so right here, this is gonna be Power Crush. Double Claymore is the name of the move from left stance. Right, plus 12. You can punish that. Now he can fake the second kick and absorb the first punch, but even still, you can punish him even if he doesn't decide to go all the way through with both kicks. You can punish it. That's punishable. Plus 12 on block. The other one, now this is right stance. That you can't punish him. That's pretty safe. It's one of my favorite ones to use, especially when someone's pressured me. It does a decent amount of damage, but that's still a high though. So if you hear, you can duck under it. So either you block it and he's safe, or you can duck under if you time him. Again, plus 12. This is his power crush from left flamingo. You can punish it. It hits middle, so you gotta block it, but you're plus 12 on block, so that shouldn't. If you ever see, like, pretty much with power crushes in general, if someone power crushes, you can pretty much punish. Same thing with the right Flamingo. It's the same thing like the left one. So he can power crush out of his Flamingo stances, but if you block, you can punish him. You know, because, you know, that same individual was telling me like, oh, you know, all they'll do is just, they'll power crush, then they'll go back to their, you know, pressure routine. But I'm like, you're letting him pressure you if you keep letting him attack after power crush. Because that, no matter which one he uses, you should hit him. That's plenty of recovery time to knock him up. I didn't understand that when he said that. I was like, really? Because I'm like, if I use that and the person blocks, I get punished. Like, you have to strategically use that knowing your opponent's about to attack you. Otherwise, you get punished, right? Like, I didn't. Now, let me showcase some of the moves that I would use, that most Hwoarang players would use in the left and right stance Flamingos. So right here, we're gonna do this. Down 3-4, 2. Right, that's the one he's most notorious for. But as you can see, that's a low, a high, and then another high. Right? So what do you do against highs? You duck them. Even if you just block the first two. Or if you get hit by the first two, you have enough time to duck the two. You can duck that jab. If I get hit by this, well, I can still duck. So that's one that, you know, Hwoarang players would use. That's how they get their pressure. If you stand there and block, you know, you're -5, so he can continue the thing again. But even still, you can low parry him. So if he was to hit me with this and then you see he know he gonna come with it again, you can low parry him. Now low parrying isn't one of my, you know, it's not something I really do on defense. So I would just duck him. So, you know, that's what I like to do. I'll just duck him. Show off the combo. But yeah, you can duck this. You have enough time to react because he has other options outside of the two, so he can do let me just show you. So if I'm here, I can do down forward 4. I can do this. That's also high. You got the power crush. You got back 3. Then you have low 3. Then you have down 4. You even have forward 3. And you also have A and B that you gotta press rapidly. Or 3 and 4, sorry, that's Xbox. You got 3 and 4, you gotta press rapidly to get that. You have up forward 4, that would be your launcher. And that's pretty much it. Like, you also have 1. So you got that move as well that you can continue up. But again, anytime you see the 2, you can duck it. So that's pretty much what he has. Okay, yeah. So that right there, that just resets. That's a reset. No frame advantage either way. But that's a high at the end. You can duck it. Because like most of the time, you know, you don't know what he's gonna throw. You might not know what he's gonna throw out. So what you might have to look for is just for certain moves that you recognize that, hey, I can duck this, I can sidestep it. Right? You don't have to just sit there and take the punishment. Even if I get hit, you can duck it. So if I get hit with the down 3-4, you hold back, you duck. You launch him. It's real easy. Now, if you guess wrong, you're gonna get hit by all four, right? But if you duck, the 2 is always high. Like that's, you can always duck that 2. Same thing again with this. Down 3, you duck. It like you. That's launch. That's launch every time you duck underneath that. That's a launcher. Even out of the other one. When he does 1 in his middle, boom. Even if you just duck on the down 3, you see it coming. He goes high. He's a low to high character. He really, even if he hits middle, he goes back high. It's ridiculous. Like that'd be my frustration with him. It's like, bro, you. Now you don't have to hit it, but then it's like even on block, if he was to just do that, where I don't. Okay, now he's not blocking. I'm gonna block it. So, boom. Right, so even if I block it, I'm now at a disadvantage. That's poke. That's free damage. Person would just poke you. Right, so you know, I'll just, if you know, because if I would use this and he blocks, I just gave up my turn. Like I'll have to play defense now. So. Because if you go all the way and you see that he's ducking that, then you got to stop using the 2. You can't use that jab no more because it's just going to duck under the jab and launch you. Right? And then depending on the character, they could do a crazy combo, especially, you know, you're playing blue ranks. They do crazy combos that takes like damn near half your health. I mean, it's it's wild. You know, so he's not if you let Hwoarang spam you, he's gonna spam you. I do it. I'm not saying I'm a spammer, but it's like, why should I switch up how I'm attacking you if you can't guard it? I don't like, you know, typically I play aggressive when it's time to play aggressive, and then, you know, if it's somebody if it's like a character I don't really know, or it's against a really good player that's punishing me, I play a little bit more reserved. You know, you got to be a little bit more defensively minded in how you play if you're Hwoarang against higher ranks, because you can't just sit and spam some of the same stuff that worked against maybe people in red rank or even purple rank, because they're not going to work against, you know, Raijins, Fujins, Kishins, and Bushins. Like that stuff don't fly. These dudes they're too good. Even in purple ranks, like you got players who everybody's having problems against Hwoarang until they take the time to learn him, and then they no longer have a problem with him. He's easy as apple pie after that, because again, you can sidestep and duck him so easily. It's wild. He can't use all his stuff unless you let him use all his stuff. That's why I like to mix it up with like grabs every now and then. You know, I like to grab my opponent a lot, you know, because everybody knows the kicks and stuff. Yeah, okay, let me show. So that's pretty much right stance. Let me show left stance. Alright, so now we have left Flamingo. Gonna break down some of the common stuff that I see and that I use. That plus 14. You can launch him. And if not, you're definitely hitting him regardless. Alright, that's punish. That's terrible. It's the same thing like the triple kicks. It's terrible. Plus 14. Even with the stuff that hits middle, like with him, because I just want middle, because you don't want people ducking you a lot. That's why you hit middle, right? But like his stuff, if you block the stuff that hits middle, it leaves him very vulnerable. It's wild. Again, you have another jab out of Flamingo. You can duck it. Now, most people don't use this one as much as the one in right stance, so you might not see this coming as much as you would in right stance. but you can still launch them. You can still duck and launch. So let me see if I can duck one more time to illustrate. Just like that. Because he's gonna have the same frame advantage if he hits you on block. You know, +5. It's the same amount as right stance jab. So, you know, you can duck it if you see it coming. That's not one I really use a lot unless my other stuff and left flamingo's not working. Then I might have to use it. And it's a good way to just hit, sidestep a little bit to see if I can get the person to bite. But I don't use it unless I need a breather. And now this move is the same one as when he was in left stance. You can duck it. It's 3-3-4, just without the first 3. So he can do the same thing in left stance, but you can still duck it. Even if you get hit, I think. Alright, you can still duck it. Like, most people see this coming. They know that most Hwoarang players are trying to get to right stance. I mean, right flamingo. So you can duck them. You know, you don't want to sit and block. That's the thing. You don't want to sit and block, because you're gonna get hit with counter hit if you're trying to attack him. So what you do is you just duck him. So you know, because the only thing else he has is like a launcher. He has some other moves that's not really that great. Like I will only use this in a combo. I really wouldn't use that as much unless, you know, you see the person sidestepping ahead of time, but I don't really use this either. You know, I don't use that unless it's like a combo. So if I had him, you know, that's what I used to use for combos. I don't even use that for combos anymore. And then he has the he does have the launcher. But as all launchers that you should know by now, if someone launches, you can pretty much punish them as long as it doesn't do like crazy pushback. And I like to use this, but this could be interrupted. Most of the time you can just power crush me if I'm doing this, or anybody else. Then you also have this, but that can also, you can poke them out of that stuff. So you just gotta figure out when and where you can poke against Hwoarang, when to duck. Most of the time, once you know like what's coming, it just becomes second nature to just start ducking some of the highs, because most Hwoarang players, they can't help but throw out high stuff. But that's what I said in that one video where what to do when down 3-4 spam starts working. You gotta hit some of the middle stuff, you know, launchers, down forward 4 and right flamingo. But even then, like, if you do that stuff, you just have to be mindful. You're not going to be able to just keep attacking right afterwards. Like, you got to play defense. And if you're letting Hwoarang pressure you, I don't know what else to say, because it's like, you know, when I play against blue ranks, I'm not putting crazy pressure on them. If they know Hwoarang, like, it's not possible at the point at where I'm at. Like, it gets frustrating. That's why I'm like, let me just learn everyone else's character, because everybody's learning Hwoarang, or they already know him for the most part, because his moveset really hasn't been changing throughout the years. So, you know, let me be Hwoarang for a bit to showcase some of the other let me showcase some of the stuff I've been saying.
Get ready for the next battle.
So this is what a typical string for me will look like. It looks something like that, right? Now in that, you can duck right here, you can duck there. Even if someone doing this, you can duck it. Anytime you see a 2, you duck. Right. That's why I said hit the middle, so you have the opportunity to use this, but you can still duck it. And then even here, I can get poked out of this. Or even power crush. If need be, power crush. Cause this, you can duck that too. Like that's not good. Even this, those are too highs. You can duck that. Like those are moves I really don't use as much. Now I will use this. I like to use this when I have heat, cause I get the full sweep. This, the person can block on the 3rd hit. So, you know, if I'm in heat, I get the full thing. Come on. See, I get the full thing. It does use up some heat, but you know, that's what it's good for. Because typically you will only get the 2. You know, if I put block all after hit. Oh, my bad. Yeah, see, I don't get the 3rd hit, but I get the 3rd hit when I'm in heat. You will only get this 3rd hit on counter hit if someone is either trying to sidestep or trying to hit you after getting hit by this. So typically you're only going to get the first 2. And then you're -9, but you did pushback, so it shouldn't be too bad. But even this, like, you give up your turn right afterwards, you're -1. So, you know, then you're going to have to play defensively. So yeah, I mean, he shouldn't be too difficult. I would just say go into practice mode. You gotta practice. You gotta practice. I decided to just make this video real quick early in the morning because I was just like, it's easier for me to just try to explain it in a video than try to like reply in the comments to the person, because I was like, it's easier for me to just say it with my words than just texting it and showing what I'm trying to say instead of trying to give all those notations like down 3-4 and all that stuff. Because again, this, you can duck it. Pretty much for him to get to right stance, to right Flamingo, I mean, you can duck it. That's a high. Yeah, that's high. Even this, that's high. And then that's also high. Like, you don't know how many times I get launched because I can't get to right Flamingo. Because if someone's taking away your access to right Flamingo, you're in trouble. Because even if you try to do this, those are highs. They can duck it. And even if I did this, you can get power crushed and poked. So it's like with Hwoarang, like if Hwoarang can't get to his Flamingo stances, he's in trouble. Unless you play good defense, because if you're playing good defense and you're launching your opponents, you know, and they're not being stupid, you can get combos. So, you know, that would be the only alternative with playing with him. That's what I have to do sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta be more reserved. You can't just spam all day long and thinking that's gonna work out. Because even if you hit the middle with some of his stuff, he doesn't get major frame advantage. Yeah. +6. Hold on, let me have him block it. Yeah, see, that's -10. Punishable. That's 0. That's a reset. But that's -8. Right stance. That's only +1. -10 if you did 4 or 3 out of right Flamingo. And then -9 if you did back 3. -13 on down 3. I mean, that's, and then you can just duck this, or you can duck this as well, like up forward. So like down 3, right Flamingo down 3-3, you can duck. right stance, right Flamingo, up forward 4, 2 highs, you can duck both of them. You get launched. I mean, it's like Hwoarang is a very straightforward character, I'm not gonna lie. So it's like you can't use everything, you gotta be smart. The only time you use these moves like this is if you know this character, like this person you're playing against, doesn't like to duck. If he likes to just do standing block, then you hit him with these. Otherwise, I would just stay away from them if you're playing against a high level player, because he's gonna punish you. Most of the time I don't lose to other Hwoarang players because of the fact that I know what he's gonna do. Now I know what he's gonna do because, you know, granted, this is the character I play with, but even still, even if I play with other characters, it's easy, and I've seen it happen to me. So, you know, I get it, because I had a friend who, he was a king player, and then I was beating him so much with Hwoarang that he decided to switch to Hwoarang, and now Hwoarang is his main instead of king, and he's a higher rank with Hwoarang than me. But he still can't beat me with Hwoarang though. That's the that's the funny part. He still can't beat me when we do mirror matches. But I mean, it can happen that way. But then I think he stopped playing with Hwoarang as well, and I think he might switch to another character just because after a while it's like everybody knows what you're gonna do, and you're so easy to guard against. So that was the whole purpose of this video. I'm like, the dude is easy to guard against once you take the time to learn what he's gonna do and how he attacks you, right? Because like, unlike Azucena or Dragunov or like Lily and other characters, he doesn't have 3-hit strings that's any good. That's the only one, and that's -14. This puts him in right Flamingo, it's -8, but you can easily duck this. You can duck the last kick. And he doesn't have like any like strings that attacks middle other than down forward 1-3 that you can get poked out of. I don't even I don't consider this 3+4 down forward. Yeah, down forward 3+4. I don't consider this a string because it's just one input. And it's really bad if it's not counter hit as well. So I'm like, I don't I don't use that at all either. What are you gonna do? Cause you know, you got this, you can cancel it, but even still, if you cancel stuff, people are they're gonna smack you. Alright, if I was to cancel this, you get smacked. Like, look, -12. -12, like you get smacked. I don't use this unless it's counter hit as well. -6, but if I was to fake it, that's -6, you get smacked up. Especially if someone is about to power crush you. Like if they're trying to power crush you in advance and you fake, you get hit. I mean, I always liked Hwoarang, so I'm never gonna give up on him no matter how much I lose with him. No matter how much I lose with him, because at this point I'm like, I just gotta learn how to guard against other people so that I can get launch opportunities, and then that way they're just as scared as I am to throw out some of their moves. You know, that's how I approach it when I play Hwoarang. But if you're playing against him and you need to learn, hopefully this guide helps you somewhat. If you need anything else explained, let me know in the comments. You know, let me know if this video was helpful or not, because if not, then I'll probably break down each stance into 4 separate videos if need be. Hopefully I covered just most of the stuff. I didn't try to cover everything. I just try to cover what most people use, because even, you know, most of the time, most Hwoarang players, they play the same. Now some of them might play differently, but you just gotta know which moves to look after to duck or sidestep, because you can, as soon as he goes into this, you can sidestep it. Immediately start sidestepping to his left side, and then he's missing everything, and then you can launch him. So that's he's I'm gonna just leave it like that. It's just he's easy to guard against once you know how to guard against him. But yeah, let me know if this is a good video. Let me know if this helps you or not. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'll see you in the next battle.